Hello, Serge here from the backyard driving range. All right, today there's no question or anything. I think it's just time to talk about my experience in Australia at the golf schools and bring up some new points that's happening. And again, I guess the number one thing, well, I guess the dog back there wants to be on the air with us here. So hopefully I can talk loud enough that he won't disturb us, where you can hear clearly everything I say. All right. Alignment. I'm going to call this the alignment report. As you know, Dave and I and a lot of our teachers, whenever we go on golf schools, alignment's the number one thing we talk about, and it's the number one thing we check. And so the question is what happened in Australia on alignment? Well, we're still batting the big goose egg 0, and so but I started doing something different about the last 4 or 5 months. Whenever I start, especially golf schools, when I start to make my open presentation and I tell them, okay, you all know what the number one thing we're going to talk about yet, and they all come out and say, yeah, the big A, and then I tell them, okay, as I'm doing that preparation, I already have my pad out, my clipboard I already have all their names filled in on my diagnosis prescription sheets. I say, okay, everybody, you all know how important alignment is, and you all know that was going to be the first topic. So let's do this. I'm sure you've all been working on it, correct? And I said, and I'm getting all the yeses, and I said, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being poor, 10 being good, very good, rate your alignment. Give me a number. And then when I do that, I write I put their number up on the top of the sheet and put a big circle around it, what they tell me. And I'm going to say that since I've been doing this in private lessons and especially at golf schools, I would say that probably the average number is 6.5. Okay? And I've had people give me 6.5 or 5.5 or so, whatever. But I get a whole lot of 7s. I think I've never had a number higher than 8. But I have a lot more 6s and 7s than I have 2s and 3s. Okay? I actually had one student in Australia actually say -2. And guess what? He was right. And in reality, he was so bad that -2 was still too high for him. But basically what I found is that in regards to alignment, and it's so great that all of you are paying so much attention to it, but yet many folks, almost everybody, what they grade themselves in alignment is way, way overblown. I mean, if that's the case, it's overblown as much that most kids who get C's in high school and college would be getting A's. All right, and that's how much is still out of proportion. Because alignment is a very difficult thing. It is a never-ending battle of correct versus incorrect. All right, and it never ends because it's an optical illusion. All right, and it goes on because this optical illusion is faking us out. Because in the end, I create everything I teach. I try to create visual images to do it, because the mind works off of visual images. But remember, when we're looking at our target, as I'm facing this camera, it's two eyes meeting in the middle to that straight line to see the camera. But once I stand this way and I have to turn my head to look at that camera, the whole picture is changed, because I'm no longer facing the camera. I'm astride of the line, and I'm looking at it from a diagonal angle over here, so the camera is in front of me out there someplace. Okay, and so that causes a problem. So you have to understand, and you got to remember that you're being tricked, and so you have to find a way to get far enough left, and that's for a right-hander, and far enough to the right, parallel right for a left-hander. And this is, I figured things out, and I figured out some tricks, and I figured out some, my trick might not be the right idea, some good setup routines in making the H that can help you. Hopefully, if you're going to do anything, you're going to shade more to parallel left or parallel right, depending, left if you're a right-hander and right if you're a left-hander, to be really parallel enough so that your arms can swing straight down to the target line and hit those balls relatively straight at the target. All right? Because most things, if you're going to make a mistake, a righty's going to very likely end up being to the right, aim too far to the right, and a lefty too far to the left, unless you're playing for slice. Because every golfer that I've ever seen in a golf school and private lessons who's aiming 30 or 40 yards left and playing a big slice, a big banana ball, or right, playing a big banana ball to the left, I walk up to them and I always say, do you know that you're aiming 30 yards to the left? And every one of them always says, yeah, I know. I said, well, why are you doing it? He says, 'cause I'm playing for my slice. Oh, do you want a slice? Heck no, man, I want to hit it straight. Well, if you want to hit it straight and you're playing for the slice, you have to slice. You can't hit it straight, because if you hit it straight, you're going to hit it way left. So you have to play for the slice. As long as you play for it, you have to have it. So if you don't want it, don't play for it. Heck, you want to get rid of the slice, aim 20 yards to the right or 30 yards to the right real quick, and I'll bet you it's not going to take your brain very long to start hitting pulls or hooks to the left. Then you just find, then I back up to the middle point, and you should be okay. All right? But the key is if you want to be correct all the time, you have to understand the optical illusion that's happening, why it happens, and how you can overcome it. And I don't have time to be able to say that today, because I've already done it in the Ultimate Alignment video. And that video is like an hour and 20 minutes long. So if you're going to watch it, either watch it piecemeal. If you're going to watch the whole thing, set enough aside if you get it. But I'm telling you, the answer is in there. And no matter what, no matter how much I know, and I think I know more about alignment than any other pro in the world, and I work harder than any golfer in the world, and I still make mistakes. And when I make a mistake and check myself out after I hit, that I've hit a good shot and the ball's in the wrong place, and I hit a good shot, say into the right bunker or something, or I hit a pretty good shot, but it's a pull and I catch the left edge of the green and I'm 30 feet left of the target, or miss the green completely and maybe in the left bunker, if I haven't lost my balance, I come back and I put the club down by my toes, I place it down on my toes, I come back and I check it. And if this club is anywhere near my target, I know I'm right. I'm aimed to the right, which is wrong. And I always come over to where the ball was, stand vertical to it. I'm right eye dominant, so I stand there. I raise my right hand parallel right of my club, and have my pointer finger there. And I guarantee you, if it's in the right, if I've hit one to the right, 99% of the time, that straight line is a straight line right to where I was. I hit it parallel right of my toe line. Unfortunately, my toe line wasn't enough left so that my parallel would have been to my target. Okay, and that's the number one check. And I close the video, the Ultimate Alignment video, where I state alignment is so important. I'm gonna put my hands together and say this right here, and I'll even get down on my knees if you want me to. Check your alignment. When you hit a good shot to a wrong place, you make a pretty good swing and hit a good shot to a wrong place, check your alignment, like I just did. If you had a good swing, you would have been in balance. Turn yourself back, place the club down, look at your toe line, but more importantly, come to the ball and do that check, and you're going to find out that shot was a good shot to a wrong place. So if it was a good shot, you want to remember that swing, not throw it away in the trash can, because that's how we screw ourselves up. If we make a good swing and hit it to the wrong place, we still blame the swing. There was nothing wrong with that swing. That's a finger-looking good swing. That's the one you want to pat yourself on the back. That's the one you want to burn into the back of your brain in the memory mode, for the brain to send the right muscles, the right messages to all the muscles to make the correct swing. But you just took that and threw it away. Do this. That's what I said. I'll beg. I'll get on my knees if you want. Check yourself out. But alignment is a never-ending battle, because our eyes are deceiving us. They got the optical illusion involved, and until you can understand what it is, how it is, and how it works, and what you can do, some things you can do to help, if you make a mistake, to be more left if you're a right-hander, more right if you're a left-hander, so you can swing more down your line and hit better misses, right? Because golf's a game of misses. Until you understand all that, it's going to be and even when you do, it's still going to be a never-ending battle that I still fight every time I put a club in my hand and walk in to hit a golf ball, whether it's to be a wedge to a drive. And naturally, these problems always get worse as the clubs get longer. All right? So do yourself a favor. I know you're paying attention to alignment, but the big favor you need to do is to learn to understand this, and I can't say it in a daily because there's not enough time to do it and give it adequate justice. But I gave you hints right here. I gave you the tips about checking yourself out. So when you make a good swing to a wrong place, at least you know that was a good swing. Aim better. Okay? Well, that's it for the search for today on these tips. And do yourself a favor. Get the Ultimate Alignment video, and I promise you, you're going to love it, because it's going to explain a lot more. You're going to understand better, and your misses and your mistakes of bad alignment will be a heck of a lot less in terms of doing it a number of times, and a heck of a lot less in terms of being as far offline as you normally would have been. All right? So Ultimate Alignment video, that's really a good answer for you right now. And remember, alignment is a never-ending battle. You've got to be on it all the time. All right, so that's it for the search for today on how the importance of the big A, and it never ends. It's a thing you always have to be careful about, and you can never let your guard down on doing it. That's it for today, and I'll be talking with you all again soon.